So I wanted to try something different because I'm just kind of in a coronavirus funk. So I decided to put some makeup on, and I figured while I'm doing it, I'm going to chat to y'all. And I haven't worn makeup in like a week and a half, but I put a teeny bit mascara and I penciled in my brows yesterday because I had to run to the store and I forgot about it. Since it was hardly any, I forgot about it last night. So I'm a yoga teacher and a meditation teacher. Well, I have to say I meditate. I haven't actually taught anyone but friends to meditate, and I just meditate in the first 5 minutes of my class. So I don't know if you would call that a meditation teacher. I haven't been trained on that. But I had told all of these people, so I put dry shampoo in my hair. See the white spots? And I'm gonna brush it out while I'm talking to you. I told all these people that I would do yoga or meditation on Facebook Live, and I just don't feel like doing anything. I've literally done nothing but take a bath, which I didn't even do today or yesterday. I've read a little bit, but literally all I've done is clean, which my house is still a mess, so that tells you how much cleaning I've done. And done like social media for all of our businesses, which businesses is a term I use loosely because we're not making money on any of them. One of them is this mess you see all around me. It's selling clothes on the internet. I don't think I got enough in there. Shoot, and I don't think I bought a ponytail holder. Oh yes, I did. Okay. Oh, and I didn't think about putting my phone on airplane mode. Hopefully nobody will call me during this, because I don't know how to splice a movie together if they do. So something that has been kind of coming up for me a lot is, I don't know if this is going to be too distracting, but me getting ready while is that I'm not happy with the way my body looks. And I know to someone who is not eating intuitively, they'll be like, well, just change it. Go on a diet, or, go work out or whatever. But it's not that easy. So I posted a post last night on our intuitive eating Instagram, which is @ nom nom namaste. So NOMNOMNAMASTE. And I was all like hoping it would go viral because I was trying to look up or talk about the idea that maybe everyone being secluded like this will make people happy, like more compassionate, because I could see how people, my mirror is so dirty. Ugh. You know what? It's from letting my baby play with it. Ugh, so gross. I had to like literally put the mirror together to find the parts and put it together before I could even come up here. But I was just thinking that, like all of these people having to stay in their house and not be able to go out and not be able to work out and not be able to do all the things that they normally do. I mean, you can work out in your home, but people that are used to running at the gym and whatever, I could see having an issue. But like, always a hair, my whole life, a hair on me, stuck somewhere. And now I'm just going to preface this by saying I am not a makeup professional, and I'm just doing this to kill two birds with one stone. I figured it would be, because I just miss being around people, and I get talking to a camera. It's not a person, but talking makes me feel like I'm with somebody. But I was just hoping that people being locked up in their houses and maybe gain a few pounds, that they'll then see what happens to people that maybe have like chronic, like my husband has severe chronic pain, and he is not able to do much more than what he does now, which is just cooking for our family. He used to be a chef. I mean, he's still a chef, but not professionally. Or, you know, like whenever he did work out, he would be in so much pain from that workout that he then couldn't do anything for a good week and a half after it. But he would still work out. But also he would pay for it when he did. So I was just hoping that like maybe that could be like a silver lining, you know, that like people would be more compassionate after being stuck in the house for weeks on end. I was just telling my husband, God damn it, I can't. There we go. Couldn't figure out where the hair was. That I don't know how we're gonna do this. My son, who is just hit 13 months. I was trying to think about like how old he was. Sad. I'm old, y'all. He's already getting cabin fever. He keeps crying at the door, wanting to go out. It's the saddest thing. So of course, like last night, him and I walked down to the mailbox. We got our mail and we talked to a neighbor 6 feet away, of course, who works at a doctor's office. So that was interesting. She said they had somebody set up at the door to check people's temperature, and if they had no fever, they would put a sticker on them that said no fever, and if they had a fever, they had to go straight down to some testing place to test for the the coronavirus. Isn't this crazy, y'all? It's like literally changed everything about the way we do stuff. And I had to get off Facebook because bitches be crazy. Like, I feel like people that keep saying things like, oh, I need to see positive right now, and let's play this, you know, stupid fill-in-the-blank game or whatever, which I've done too. But I feel like those might be the people that are not taking this seriously. They don't want to know the stats. They're like, oh, it's too depressing. And mind you, I am an empath, which means I soak up negative energy. If I am around negative energy too much, I'll feel like a heavy feeling in my chest, and I'll be sad, and it'll take me a while to get rid of that feeling. I kind of like take on the weight of the world a lot, and so this is actually why I need to be meditating on a regular basis, which I was doing before I had the baby. And then I was doing it, I would try to do it his first nap, but lately he will not sleep unless he is nap trapped, which means my husband or I are holding him on the couch and he'll fall asleep watching a TV show. Got my coffee. That's some good shit. Like my Godiva mug that my husband gave me for Valentine's Day like 3 years ago. All kinds of chips and cracks in it. Gotta watch where you put your mouth. But I have a coffee warmer mug downstairs, and it only fits like mugs that are like this size or smaller on the bottom, so I can't use any of the straight mugs. Man, that's good coffee. It's like all Aldi coffee, which is a grocery store we have here. I keep looking in the wrong, where's the camera? Right there. Okay. I think, right? Is that I don't even know how. Yeah, that's. I don't know. I feel I'm just over all the fat memes, all the whole I'm gonna gain 15 pounds and quarantine 15, stupid shit like that. Like, as if that's the worst thing that we could do from this. Like, thousands of people are dying and people are worried about gaining 15 pounds. 15 pounds, really? So it's just infuriating, and I don't know, I felt like I had to get off and do something different. In case you're curious, this is Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in Caramel. Mind you, my makeup is all really old, and I probably should replace it, but ain't got no money. And in fact, my husband bought me a, what am I looking for here? My husband bought me a gift card for Ulta for my birthday. Oh no, for Christmas. I can't find it. And I still have not been able to use it because I really wanted to go when I had a little bit of extra money and I could buy more than one thing because it was $50. Sad to say that Ulta is that expensive. Normally use a brush to brush my eyebrows up, but of course that's disappeared, so I'm just gonna trim them a little bit because they're going crazy. I hate my brows. I really want to go get what's it called, microdermabrasion, but of course money. So it's becoming more apparent that the entire world is fat phobic, myself and my husband included. Weird, right? That you can be fat and fat phobic at the same time. But we were talking about this morning because every time I go to take a picture, he'll ask to see it of like him holding the baby or something, and he'll go, ugh, can you like crop my belly out? Or he'll say, please don't post that. And it's sad because like you can't spend your whole life not having any pictures of you. Like your kids are gonna look back and want to see pictures of you. And also, I can't cry while I'm putting my makeup on. With my two older sons, I was like 100 pounds thinner. So when I look back at the pictures with him, I don't look at of my other two. I don't look at them and go, oh man, I was so big. I'm like, oh, I look. It's hard not to mourn that body. But you know, it's funny. I had a journal when I was married to my ex-husband that I think I weighed, it was like 135 or 145, whatever it was. It was really small, and I'm 5'7.5". I need to use, I can't use that mirror, my eyes are too, or that camera. And in the journal entry, it said something like, if I just get down to 130, or if I just get down to whatever the number was, whatever it was like hardly any weight, like 5 or 10 pounds. Then I would be happy or something like that. And then when I went back and I was reading that, like years later, I realized it has nothing to do with the weight. Newsflash. Like your happiness literally has nothing to do with the number on the scale. Yes, you might be happy at that low weight, but it's not easy to maintain. The judgment, like there's so much, like it just, you're not going to be happy just because you're at a thinner size. Also, my camera might cut off because I just got a new phone and it's already telling me it's full. What the hell? What the kind of fucking shit is that? The guy said it was like one of the largest phones they had, and I'm like, how? My last phone wasn't telling me that, and it was the same size. It doesn't make any sense. So I just undownloaded a bunch of music that I never listened to that automatically comes on every time I get in the car. It's so annoying. I'm such a tech tard. Like, I literally don't know anything. Oh, what color are we going to use? Just go for the basic, boring. But yeah, so when you realize that you're not really happy in gaining weight. Well, I mean, okay, I don't think maybe only someone that's in anorexia or bulimic recovery would be happy. And even then, they're going to have issues with gaining weight. But somebody who's really trying to gain weight might be happy. but I doubt it. I mean, either way, it's just hard. Like, even being pregnant, when I was pregnant, it was hard to see my body get bigger, even though I knew it was for growing a tiny human inside me, and it still bothered me. Like, it's just a mind fuck. And I know that, yes, if I go get on the scale, I'll realize that I gained some weight, but it's not that bad, or maybe it's not even as worse as I thought. But I notice it, you know, like I can see I have a double chin right here, when if you look at my first videos, I didn't really have that as much. I had it, but not as much. I'm noticing my face is fatter here. And just, I know I've showed this before, but just a while ago, months ago, I was doing a kids yoga, and the other teacher made us do this, and I was like, what is that? What? It's a weird thing. You never look in the mirror and do that. Holy crap, it's so much skin. Funny story, my mom had a teacher when she was little that when she would write on the board, her skin hanging right down there would erase the board underneath. And this mirror's not good either. I need to use my other mirror. So it's just, I want to say it's just emotional. It's a lot of emotions going on. Part of me is super thrilled and happy that we found something that is going to heal our relationship with food, and I already feel like it's working. It is working. We had a friend, sweetest friend ever, that was supposed to be bringing us toilet paper, or paper towels, and if you're wondering why, it's because if anybody's watching this years from now, during this stupid coronavirus pandemic, everyone went out and bought all the toilet paper and paper towels. So if you didn't have any before, you're pretty much screwed, or you have to go to the grocery store at whatever time they load the shelves. So we didn't have any, and she knows we have a baby and then it might be hard. So she said, I have some, let me bring you some. And she's at the store and grabbing a couple other things and said, you know, like, do you need this? Do you need that? I'm like, oh, you know, we're really good. We don't need it. And she's like, what about meat? And I'm like, well, actually, yeah, we don't have any. She like fucking surprised us with it was actually 3 ribeyes, a pack of ribeyes, like a $34 thing of meat. Like, who does that? We were so happy. And literally the last time we had meat like that, she bought us groceries when my husband first lost his job, I think. It was a long time ago, like 6 months ago. Or no, I was pregnant, I think. It was just very sweet of her. It's nice to have friends like that. Also, and have a local friend like that. That's sweet. But we were eating the ribeyes, and James goes, I'm about to do something I've never done before. I was like, what? And he said, I think I'm done. And he pushed his plate away, and I was like, mind you, I've never seen the man do that. Never. But now he's doing it with a ribeye. And I was like, oh wow, I guess I'm kind of full too. And we saved it for the next day, of course, because who throws away a ribeye? And we put it on nachos. Not nachos, chili cheese fries. Oh my God, y'all. Told my husband, this is the first time I've ever had homemade chili cheese fries. He's like, what? And I'm like, I don't know what the thing is. I guess maybe because when you ate low fat, fries are considered unhealthy. And it just seemed messy, and it just wasn't something that sounds like super yummy. Okay, now my eyes are uneven. So normally I use a face wipe that is not disposable. It's like literally from Dollar Tree, and it's a makeup face wipe, like a makeup towel, I guess. But for the sake of not having water dripping all over my lap while I'm wiping my face off, I'm using my wipes. I'm gonna see if I can even this out. And also things like having all kinds of junk food in the house and have it sit there for days and not feel the need to go eat it. Like back before intuitive eating So just for example, to show you, I'm in my my son's room, and my Poshmark storage room, but it also used to be my teenager's room, who is now living with his dad because his girlfriend lives right by his dad's house and he wants to see his girlfriend all the time. But he had a drawer that he left full of stuff, and 90% of it was like Easter basket candy, or like candy that was from his Christmas stocking. So old, because it's not even Easter yet, so it's a year old. And the other day, well, a while back, I want to say it was when we were doing keto, I just was like, fuck it, I can't do it anymore. And I opened up that drawer. I was also up here cleaning it and going through it. I didn't just go straight to the drawer because I was feeling crazy. And there was like I think it was a box of like sour gummies. I ate everyone. And of course I felt like shit afterwards because it was so much sugar and I wasn't used to that. But I'm literally scraping the bottom of this. It's NARS creme brulee light, and it hurts to put on because there's like nothing left, but I'm gonna see if I can salvage what I have left to try to make a face, because I just have been feeling kind of bummed, so I wanted to lift my mood by putting a little bit of makeup on, and I figured I'd just chat with y'all. Hope you don't mind. But also, like, I've had 2 or 3 fat phobic comments. Holy shit, I need to tweeze my upper lip. And fuck it, I went to the car and didn't get... I like to leave my tweezers in the car because that's where you get the best light. All those little tiny hairs that you can't see, you can see perfectly outside. But I've been getting some fat phobic comments. Do you know there's trolls, there's haters that will literally troll a comment or a hashtag like in fat phobia or something, and they'll go like comment, well, if you just went on the diet you wouldn't have this problem, or some stupid shit like that. There was one the other day where my husband like sat there and entertained him and kept arguing, and I was like, babe, why are you doing this? You're wasting your time. But actually I didn't get to tell him that, because when he was working, only had 2 breaks and a half-hour lunch to text, and he literally spent all of that time messaging this person, wasting his time. And then I just blocked him, and when you block him, it literally deletes everybody's comments. Kind of awesome. So this shit I don't normally use. Came in a Birchbox a long time ago. Boo Boo cover up. It's way too white, but trying to get it to even out some of the redness. I have rosacea, if you can't tell. And I also have like broken blood vessels around my nose from blowing my nose so much because I have chronic rhinitis. Is that what it's called? Or sinusitis? Yeah, sinusitis or rhinitis. I don't know. Whatever it is, my nose is always running. And I have a weird phobia of blowing it. I like to just wipe it, and I think that's why it blows my blood vessels out. I don't know. But, TMI. So, it's just weird to be on that end of hate messages. And mind you, my first interaction was on someone else's Instagram, and it was literally a lady commenting about all the hateful messages she was getting about an article about living in a body over 400 pounds. Like, dude, did you not read what her post was saying? Like, why would you? Oh, so white. Don't worry, I'll even it out. Also, I'm out of liquid cover-up, so this is hopefully gonna even it out. But it's just a weird world to live in where everyone hates fat people when you're fat. You know, it's like my post was saying last night, you can't just lose the weight. Like, if you're like me, I've been trying to lose weight, actively trying I don't know why I said that in quotes. I've literally done Weight Watchers. I've done veganism. I've done that lasted a month. Vegetarianism. I've done what is it called? South Beach diet. I tried to do Atkins. It only lasted for 4 days because I was eating so many carbs before that I was like having the carb flu, I think. What is it called? Not carb flu, keto flu. I guess you can still have that when you're doing Atkins. I did Weight Watchers for 3 years, and then I did paleo. Oh, look, is it? I did paleo. Paleo, I lost the most amount of weight, and I felt amazing on it. Like, I really did feel like it helped my joints and inflammation. But I also felt like paleo was just wasn't doable, wasn't livable. Like, who wants to eat a life without bread? This is the thumbnail YouTube is gonna pick. And now it's funny, watch if I wipe my nose. Well, I'll have these like red spots underneath my nose. Where all the see how red my nose is. So I need to get some better shit that stays on. So randomly I got this Bobbi Brown. It's like a makeup stick, foundation stick. But it's out, and I loved that. I need to get more. Oh, and so then I have, this is all like makeup I don't normally use because we've just been so broke for so long. My husband had lost his job for oh, you know what? I gave my son my big makeup brush to play with. I don't think so. So my husband lost his job for 6 months. And also, there was a time period where he graduated from college and couldn't get a job. So I feel like we've just been on a broke trajectory for a really long time. But we was making good money before he lost his job. And so, like, we were doing great, which is part of the reason why we decided to have a baby. We were like, oh, we're financially safe right now. And why we didn't save a big chunk, but we were just getting to that point where we could literally pay all of our bills and still have a little bit of money left over to go out to eat with my middle son. Oldest son lives in another city a couple hours away. Okay, see if that's still really pale, huh? And so like he hadn't been working there long enough for actually to save up. We were still just trying to pay off bills that had accrued while he didn't have the job and just normal life bills. During that time, husband had a gallbladder. It was gallbladder ruptured, I think. He had to have that taken out, obviously. And I had 2 miscarriages, one of which I had to go in the ambulance because I was going into shock. And so we have a lot of medical bills that we don't ever pay, which is awful, but we just don't have the money. And also with both of those medical bills, I feel like I still look like I have no blush on them. Add a little bit more. The miscarriages, 2 miscarriages, both cost who knows how much money. But with both of those, I had been doing keto. This is Too Faced Cocoa Contour, and I'm all out of the it's 2 years old, y'all. All out of the white, so I'm just trying to scrape it. I don't even know if you can tell I used any. But with both miscarriages, I gained almost 30 pounds because I was 3 months, so it was like 10 pounds each month. And I also had stopped doing keto because I, of course, craved carbs. And so I gained 30 pounds each one, and then I would lose it with keto. So that was one good thing about keto, but it's just not sustainable. If you can't do it while you're pregnant, then what's the point? You shouldn't really diet while pregnant anyways, but I actually did do keto the last pregnancy with him, because I had gestational diabetes, and when I ate keto, my gestational numbers would stay normal. So it actually helped me probably not gain a bunch of weight. I ate nothing but carbs the first 3 months though, so I still gained 50 pounds. And I had gotten to, I had just lost it all but 10 pounds before we started intuitive eating. And I'm pretty sure I've gained it all back and then some. Like, I think I weigh more than I did when I was 9 months pregnant, because just going by how my clothes fit, and that I didn't have it this big of a double chin even when I was 9 months pregnant. So I don't know. It's weird how your face can show it so much. Like, that's the biggest place I notice. And of course I live in yoga pants and right now pajama pants and super comfy clothes, and so I don't really notice it. But just those little changes, like seeing, it just makes you realize that you have fat phobia, since you're not enjoying the weight gain. Not that we're supposed to, but I keep just telling myself that's healing pounds. And I made a whole video the other day, and my stupid phone cut me off. And it was only 15 minutes, and this one's already at 30, so that one must have, I don't know. I think I'm still going to post it, even though it's cut off at the end, because you know me, I don't know how to edit it. Add another one on there. But there's just so much going on in the world right now, and I can't take the fat phobic comments and the fat phobic memes, and so I just had to take a break, y'all. So this is one of my favorite things. It's by Benefit. It's called Watts Up, W-A-T-T-S Up. And if you want to try, they have little like $10 samples. It's like a cream, which also I'm scraping the bottom of. It has an end where you can, it's like a little sponge where you can rub it in, but I don't like that one. The lids come off and it's dirty, so it might make it bad. But I like cream highlighter. So even this, my eyelash curlers downstairs on the floor, because the baby was crying the other day when I was putting makeup on. So I was like, here, play with this. This is one of the only drugstore makeup products I use. Not that I'm a snob. I just had a friend that was a makeup artist, and she got me into using the fancy makeup, and now I can't go back because I can't handle the way cheap makeup smells. But CoverGirl does not smell. CoverGirl mascara, at least, doesn't smell gross. I don't even know what I was saying. Y'all, my husband and I are doing a podcast, and I listen to it the next day after we post it. I interrupt him way too much. Way too much. It's embarrassing. I was annoying myself listening to the podcast. I don't know. So, y'all, hang in there during this crazy time. And if there's any consolation or encouragement I can give you, is that we're all going through this the same. Be nice to your restaurant workers. My son was telling me that people keep snapping at him over stupid stuff like wanting their sour cream on the side. And he's like, in my head, I'm thinking, bitch, we don't even know if we're going to be here next week, and you're caring about sour cream. He's my son. He works at a burrito joint in the city he lives in. I don't want to give all that information, but your nurse, your healthcare workers, your police officers, all these people, gas station workers, restaurant workers, all these people that are working extra so that we can all still eat and still drive and still have some health care. just a crazy, crazy world right now, y'all. I felt like I had to put makeup on today just to make me not get in that funk. I know that's weird, but I am normally someone who wears makeup on any day that I go out of the house. So maybe I needed it as hope that we're going to get out of this someday. Someday soon. You know what I used to do? I used to do this. I have like a beauty mark. My secret is out. My ex-husband used to have a face like that. He would go like super creepy and he'd flatten. I can't even do it. I'm not doing it justice. He would flatten his upper lip down and look like a like crazy monkey, and it would freak me out. I'd be like, don't do that, it's so mean. And now my son can do it. It's hilarious. His son, our son, whatever. Not my baby. I kind of thought I was getting sick yesterday. Oh, weird. Maybe it was anxiety. I was having a hard time breathing, and it was like, so of course immediately panic and start thinking, oh no, I've got coronavirus. It still looks pale, but what are you gonna do? Y'all, this is my favorite and pretty much only lip gloss I wear. And they stopped selling it, but you can buy it online. It's originally from Bath and Body Works, and it's called Hot Cakes, and it tastes like pancakes and syrup, and it says Lip-licious tasty lip color. A few years ago when I got my tax return, back when I got money on my tax return, I got like 7 of them, and I haven't needed any for years. It's kind of funny. Okay, got my face on. Well, that's it. That's all I had to say. Bye, guys.